Have you ever stopped to think about the questions that are constantly running around your head? Not the answers, the actual questions. Because the questions we repeatedly ask ourselves, for sure, they shape the quality of our lives. And the really strange thing is, most of us never stop to examine whether they're even good questions. I'm Dave Pender. I've spent the last 27 years in sales and sales leadership. And on this channel, I share practical ideas, mistakes I've made, and leadership blind spots that can make a real difference to the way that you lead and sell. And today, I'm going to talk about something that has completely changed the way I think about leadership, about performance, and about life. Now, you've probably heard the phrase, what you focus on grows. If you've worked for me in the last 10 to 15 years, you've definitely heard it, right? A lot. Check out my video on the power and importance of repetition. Now, over the years, I've actually changed it slightly. I now say what you choose to focus on grows because we don't always control the thoughts that pop into our head, but we do have far more control over which ones we keep coming back to. And so, one of the most powerful ways we direct our focus, it's through the questions we repeatedly ask ourselves. So think about it. Imagine something difficult happens in your life. You lose a deal, you don't get promoted, a relationship breaks down. You've got a choice, right? You can ask yourself, why does this always happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? Why am I so unlucky? Or you could ask, what can I learn from this? What's the opportunity here? How will this make me better? Exactly the same event, completely different questions, completely different direction for your future. And the quality of your questions, they determine where your attention goes. And where your attention goes, that's where your life goes. Like your life. Think about that for a sec. Okay. I'll give you an example from my own career, right? For years, one of the questions running around my head was, what do I need to do to beat everybody else? I wanted to be number one. I wanted to outperform all the people around me. I wanted to be the top dog. And there was nothing inherently wrong with that. But eventually I realized that question wasn't serving me as much as I thought it was. So I changed it to, what do I need to do to maximize my own performance? That one change made such a difference to the way that I work because I stopped asking, am I beating them? And I started asking, am I getting better? So then I didn't have to measure my success against somebody else's performance. I got to measure it against my own potential. That is way less stressful, way more empowering. And ironically, once I stopped chasing people, started chasing my own potential, my performance improved anyway because I was finally focusing on something I could actually control. So here's the blind spot. Very few of us ever stop and ask, is this question even serving me anymore? Maybe it did 5 years ago, maybe it doesn't today. Maybe you've been carrying the same question around for years, right? Without even noticing the impact it's having on your own thinking. Okay, so here's something I'd encourage you to do this week. Pay attention to the questions that you ask yourself. Not the ones you ask yourself every once in a while, but repeatedly, because they are the ones that really matter. And when you catch yourself asking yourself a negative one, why is this happening to me? Try replacing it with, what could I do next? When you catch yourself thinking, what if this goes wrong? Try asking, what would success look like? Small changes, different questions, very different outcomes. So this week, don't just question your decisions, question your questions, because the quality of your life, that is shaped by the quality of the questions that are running around your head. So if you find one that's no longer serving you, replace it with a better one, right? You can do that and your future self will thank you. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon that reminds you each time when I post. And for this one, I would love to know in the comments, what's the one thing, the one question that you've actually asked yourself that genuinely changed your life? See you next time. Let's go.